Happy is the man who is able to do what is expected of the average man to do. However, the opposite becomes the fate of the man who can't. Prior to it, however, he is positioned biblically as the head of the home, in the context of a marriage, as the husband. Along with that role comes the duties of providing, protecting, nurturing, guiding, and directing where the family goes. And a man who is capable of doing all of them is regarded as a true or responsible man. Is it not? Absolutely. To be honest, approximately 80% of men in our culture today, particularly in African settings, are not even close to being capable of providing, protecting, sustaining, guiding, much alone choosing where to take the family. And the reason for this is not necessarily because they don't want to, rather, the system makes it difficult for individuals to fulfill or manifest the obligations placed on them. Half of these 80% of men are really trying their best to provide, protect, and guide their family, but the system they are in is frustrating their efforts and delaying their breakthrough, thereby making them feel like they are being lazy and unwilling to put in the effort to change their respective depressing stories. Such a bummer. The typical male tries to finish college, graduates, but is unable to find employment. Even if he does finally land a job, it will likely be poor paying or require him to fast and pray before getting paid. You ought to be able to identify with this, I suppose. Even when he does finally get paid, it is not enough to cover his needs alone, much less those of his family. After that, society labels him as a slacker and a fool. Oh God. I cry for the majority of men who are working so hard to succeed but are unable to do so due to a system designed to thwart their efforts. And the typical male can't help but feel hopeless, powerless, and unhappy after years of striving here and there. While half of these individuals committed suicide, the other half are actually living dead despite still being alive. It makes sense that there are too many males in their 20s, 30s, and 40s who are either single or married yet incapable of caring for themselves, let alone their families. And if we are not careful, we might be hasty in labeling them as careless and lazy. This and many other realities I've seen in the lives of some men have made it easy for me to embrace the idea that not all men who are unable to support their families are actually slackers or irresponsible. Many of these individuals have done everything they can, and ought to have made progress a long time ago, but because of the system that exists in our society, their efforts are being wasted and they are left to endure agony, adversity, and suffering. Since last year until now, I've been working on something, but the progress appears less than promising. To make this thing work, I have invested and given up resources like money, time, and other things. I occasionally lock myself in my closet and cry my eyes out. And thanks to my partner, who has been there for me, and has always been reassuring and supportive. The truth is that if he doesn't have a fulfilling work, no rational man can ever be completely content with himself. Even worse if he is incapable of supporting, leading, and providing for his own family. He will believe himself to be worthless and feel useless. A man wants to be able to support, guard, and guide his family. But when a man is unable to achieve any of these things, it damages his ego and makes him feel less like a man. Furthermore, anything that has an impact on a man's ego puts his thinking in jeopardy, whether that impact is positive or negative. A man's world is created by whatever influences his thoughts. Because a man is what he believes to be in his heart. In other words, a man develops into more of what he believes about himself to be. If a man believes he is useless and unworthy of anything, that belief becomes his reality. And until he modifies his thinking in order to construct a favorable reality for himself, he will continue to be worthless and useless. I could go on and on about this, however, women, men really are hurting. Too many of our males portray a pleasant front while harboring intense suffering, annoyance, and disappointment. These men, too, require assistance, backing, encouragement, comfort, and hope. And if they are unable to locate any, we risk losing more of our finest men to circumstances that could have been avoided. May God grant a breakthrough to every man who is seeing this right now and needs it. What do you have to say about this as a female viewer? What do you rather that men do instead? And what can women do to help, in your opinion? Are you a man seeing this and able to relate? What do you think? And how can women assist us in such circumstances?
More importantly, what is your take home from this video? What serves as an eye-opener for you? And what do you wish to contribute? Answer below in the comments section. Many thanks for watching, liking, commenting, and sharing. Importantly, if you find value from this video, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell in order to be notified of every one of our newly uploaded videos. See you in our next video. And remember, we love you.